Middle School. As Mrs. Kydell said, my name is Grace. I'm sure that everyone in this room has been told that if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. I question this, and I'm sure that many of you do too. I tend to think if I can't accomplish things, even if I work really hard at them. But I actually can. So can all of you. Most of the time when I get a bad grade or lose a game, my mom and dad will tell me that it's okay and I'll do better next time. I'm usually too focused on the fact that I did poorly to even think of what I could learn from the experience. I think the hardest part of persevering is to accept the fact that you've messed up and to move on and make the situation better. For example, going into 7th grade was hard for me because I was told that you get the workload of an 8th grader and that keeping up on everything and managing my time was going to be hard. I let that get to me and I got bad grades. I was so disappointed and I thought I couldn't change. Then I went into the first trimester of 8th grade. People kept telling me that this was the trimester that mattered most. Even I said that. Then the same thing happened again. All the pressure got to me. I had a hard time. It wasn't until the first trimester of 8th grade that I realized I could change all of this. I had to talk to my teachers and understand what I had been doing wrong and change it. So I did, and it worked. I went from being a B, C, D student to being an A, B student. That was my proof, that if you persevere, you can do anything, as long as you work hard enough. The lesson I learned that if I understand my mistakes, that I can move on and change them to how I want them to be. Today my chapel is going to be on perseverance and the power of not yet. So the second story I have is from earlier this year in September. I was playing soccer over the weekend, like I did every weekend. I had done my usual routine of warming up, then playing. 12 seconds after the ref blew the whistle, the ball had been passed to the midfield, then to defense. Then it was taken by the forward for the other team. She came down hard on a breakaway, and I thought she was going left, then she went right. So I had to change direction within a matter of a second. My ankle went right, but I went left. I reached out to stop the ball when I hit it away, then they kicked it back. I went to push off the ground, but I couldn't. Thankfully, I hadn't broken any bones, but I tore ligaments and fused 2 joints, which would put me in a cast for only 2 weeks, but for me, that was forever. I had never gotten an injury that would take me out of soccer for more than 2 days. Even when I got kneed in the face, I played 2 days after. This was different. I was unable to do the thing I love most, play soccer. Looking back on it now, it was only a month, but I would be missing a tournament and 8 league games. The only thing I was able to do was go and watch. This was so hard to do, but I am thankful for my mom and dad who drove me to every practice and all the games, including the 2 in Boston. I still had to think about the fact that I had nothing to do for 2 weeks, but for my parents, that's what they considered extra training time. I tried to do workouts that I could do in my cast before training. When I tried to do them, they were a little too hard, so then I left and watched my practices. My coach didn't allow me to chase balls or do anything, so this is going to be a long month. Then the day came. I'd finished physical therapy and was able to play. Maybe I wasn't really finished physical therapy, but once my doctor said that it was okay to pass the ball around, I took that as an okay, you're cleared. But just a reminder to everyone waiting to be cleared. That's not what it means. Anyways, I kept playing, and everything went back to normal. I learned from this that not everything is permanent, and since it isn't, you should make the best of a hard time. There are many challenges in life, but that's the thing, challenges aren't forever. They are only temporary until you receive your reward and move on to the next challenge. Here my challenge was that I couldn't play, but I had to build myself up until I was strong enough to play again. And my reward was getting cleared early so I could play sooner. The third story is from when I was 10. I've been playing on a soccer team that had been okay, but I mainly guest played for other teams. I wanted to get better, so I looked for really good teams. One of them was ODP, Olympic Development Program. The way it worked is that you had to make every tryout you went to next, and there were 5 tryouts. I made it all the way up into the 4th one until I got cut. I was so upset. For about 1 week, I just sat around my house thinking about why I didn't make the team, to the point that I just wanted to give up soccer completely. But thankfully, with the push from my friends and family, I kept playing soccer, and obviously I still do now. My dad had played soccer before, and he dealt with this feeling many times. He told me that to get better, I had to prove the coaches wrong and prove to myself that I was good enough. So I made a list of goals. My list of goals was to plan a better team, so I could play for Westmont, then FC Delco. I would play with them all the way up to college, then professional, and maybe someday national. Believe it or not, that's exactly what's happening so far. I got recruited for another team, which was Governor Mifflin. Then I saw Kenna at a soccer tournament when my team played hers, and my team did win. But anyways, after, she asked me if I wanted to come guest play for her team, so I did. Then I started playing for her team. Now I play for FC Delco, which is a team I play for now with Kenna. My list of goals still holds all the way up until where I am now. The lesson I learned from this is when the time gets tough, keep on going. Also, that the best way to deal with rejection is to prove them wrong. This is Carol Dweck explaining a type of motivation from failure.
The power of yet. I heard about a high school in Chicago where students had to pass a certain number of courses to graduate, and if they didn't pass a course, they got the grade, not yet. And I thought that was fantastic, because if you get a failing grade, you think, I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. But if you get the grade not yet, you understand that you're on a learning curve. It gives you a path into the future. Not yet also gave me.
The final lesson I learned from this is that you should surround yourself with people that make you do better. At Montgomery, that is definitely what you get. You get a group of people that make you become a better person. Then you have a group of people that want to make you become a more focused person. And finally, you have the people that you couldn't live without in a million years, because that is how much they push you to be a better you. The definition of perseverance is steadfast in doing despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. But to my classmates, there are many other definitions. Now I'd like to share with you a few sentences of perseverance from the 8th grade. To keep on trying, even when times are tough. Getting through all the bad times to get to the good stuff. Pushing through no matter what happens to be the best. To keep on trying until you reach your goal. Sammy says it's a 12-letter word, and here's a quote. Perseverance is giving 110%. Perseverance is believing in yourself no matter what. Perseverance is striving towards your goals. Perseverance is never letting go. McKenna Mattis. My final definition is from Dr. Seuss. Kid, you'll move mountains. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you, and remember, you haven't failed. You're just not there yet. Have a nice day.